Yes, good afternoon, students. Yes, beta, what are physical change? What are chemical change? We have already studied. Can you tell me what do you mean by physical changes? Yes, in which no new substance is formed. The changes are known as physical changes. And the chemical changes, the changes in which new substances are formed. Can you tell me any chemical change? Yes, ma'am, burning of wood. Yes, very good. Burning of wood is a chemical change. Why it is a chemical change, beta? Because in burning of wood, when we burn wood, then what will happen? Wood will change into, final product is ash. After burning, wood will change into ash. And what other things are produced? Heat and light are produced. And what is needed to burn wood? If we have to burn the wood, uh, which gas is needed for burning? Oxygen gas is produced. Yes, very good. So it is a chemical change. Burning of wood is a chemical change because in it new substances are formed. Okay, and it is irreversible change also. How? Because ash cannot be converted into wood. That is why it is an irreversible change and chemical change also. So, beta, you have seen when we burn the wood, then we need oxygen gas, and it means in the presence of oxygen only burning take place. And can you tell me, beta, what do you call this process? When you burn the wood, what do you call this process? Yes, the burning of a substance in the presence of oxygen, and what is released with the evolution of heat and light is called combustion. 3 points you have to learn. First point, burning of a substance occur. Second point, what is required to burn? Oxygen or air, you can say. And third thing, heat and light is evolved. It means when you have to write down the definition of combustion, you have to collect all these three main points. The process of burning of a substance in the presence of air or water with the evolution of heat and light is called combustion. Is called combustion. Okay, beta. Now, can you burn cement? No, ma'am, we can't burn cement. It means there are some particular substances, okay, beta, that we can burn, and there are some particular substances that don't burn. So, on this basis, we can divide the substances into two categories. Some are combustible substance, some are non-combustible substance. What are combustible substances? Substances that burn in the presence of air or oxygen are called combustible substance, and the substances which don't burn in the presence of air or oxygen are called non-combustible substances. Now you have to collect the materials which are combustible. Very easily you can collect. And on the other hand, you have to collect the materials that don't burn. Then you have to uh, collect combustible substance as well as non-combustible substance. What are combustible substance? The substances that burn in the presence of air or oxygen are called combustible substance, whereas non-combustible substance that don't burn in the presence of air or oxygen are called non-combustible substance. Examples, you can see wood, coal, petrol, LPG, they are combustible substance, whereas cement, sand, water, they are non-combustible substance. Understand, beta? Now, beta, on the basis of speed or rate at which combustion catch fire, some substances start burning at once and some needs more temperature. and even some start burning without any spark or without any source. So on the basis of these, substances can be divided into three types. When the substance burns very fast, the combustion in which a substance burns very fast with external heat, okay, then and produce large amount of heat and flame, that is known as rapid combustion. And the substances that undergoes rapid combustion, you can see LPG. As soon as we provide source, it start burning. Petrol, okay, they have very low temperature, low ignition temperature. What is ignition temperature, beta? The minimum temperature which is required to burn a substance. It means they need very low temperature to burn stuff. So what do you mean by rapid combustion? The combustion in which a substance burns very fast with external heat provided in to produce large amount of heat and light. They are known as rapid combustion. It is known as rapid combustion. And the examples are LPG, you can say, petrol, natural gas. Okay, now there are some substances that burns quickly, beta, without any external heat and produce large amount of heat and light. That is known as spontaneous at once without any external agent. For example, phosphorus and coal dust in mines, and they have very low ignition temperature. Understand? And beta, there are some substances which explode at once, which produce large amount of heat, even they produce sound also. That is known as explosion. For example, you can see bombs, crackers. At once they start producing heat, light and sound even. Gas also evolved. This type of combustion is known as explosion. So on the basis of speed at which substance catches fire, combustion is of three types: rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion and explosion. In the rapid combustion, substance burns very fast. In spontaneous, substance burns quickly without any external source. Explosion means at once, bombs, crackers, etc. as soon as we provide source. Understand? Now, on the basis of supply of air, combustion can be categorized into two types: complete combustion and incomplete combustion. Now, what do you mean by complete? Complete, as its name is clear, complete means that take place in the adequate amount of oxygen or air. Complete combustion, burning of substance take place. When we provide beta sufficient amount of oxygen, then only complete combustion take place, burning of substance take place. As you see, when there is shortage of supply of oxygen, what happen? The burning substance will not burn, and then we have to provide the oxygen, then only substance burn. And that is why they are of two types: complete and incomplete. Complete, in which if we will supply oxygen, then the substance will burn completely. If we will not supply sufficient amount of oxygen, then what happen? The substance will not burn, and then incomplete combustion take place. So how you can define complete combustion? The combustion that takes place in adequate amount of oxygen or air is called complete combustion, whereas incomplete combustion, the combustion that takes place in an adequate amount of oxygen or air, is called incomplete. Can you give me some products name? What will be the products if the substance will burn completely? Then, for example, you have burned wood, then what will happen? Water vapors are released, carbon dioxide gas is released, heat is evolved, light is evolved. Whereas in incomplete combustion, what will happen? You see black particles, that is known as soot, SOOT. Water vapor evolved. In place of carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide is released, which is very much poisonous. If inhaled in too much amount, even it will lead to the fatal effects. That is lead to even death also. Heat is evolved, light is evolved. So these the complete combustion and incomplete combustion, and we have studied about the product obtained by the complete combustion and incomplete combustion. And on this we can even do one activity also. If we will take one burner, then and the you have seen air hole is there on the Bunsen burner. Then if from the hole we are supplying oxygen properly, then you see the flame which is produced, that is of blue color. It means complete combustion take place. If we close that hole, then what will happen? From that hole oxygen supply will be stopped, and then when oxygen supply will be stopped, then we will see the flame color of the flame, then it get changed. It means the burner has an air hole at the bottom, which allows complete supply of oxygen and complete combustion take place. And when the air hole is closed, it means oxygen supply is not there. The fuel can only mix with air at the mouth of the cylinder, only from the outside which is getting. It means formation of yellow flame is there. So you have seen this activity also, and we have studied about complete combustion and incomplete combustion, and how you can define combustion, what are combustible substances, example, what are non-combustible substances, what do you mean by ignition temperature. Okay beta. And tomorrow we will study about the conditions necessary for the combustion, page number 77, 78. You have to read in advance. Then we will study about the flame also. Okay, that's all. Thank you beta.